Voice in the background. What is pseudohypertension? Pseudohypertension or false hypertension is when the blood pressure you measure is higher than the patient's actual blood pressure. For example, you measure a systolic blood pressure of 180, but the patient's real blood pressure is 120 mmHg. What is the cause? The cause is atherosclerosis and the stiffening, that is the hardening of the arterial wall. It becomes so calcified that the pressure from the blood pressure cuff you put on isn't strong enough to compress the arterial wall. Not that it can't compress the vessel itself, but it can't compress the wall of the vessel. So the pressure inside the artery, meaning the patient's actual blood pressure, is low. How do we diagnose this? The definitive diagnosis is made through angiography. That is, you measure the patient's blood pressure with a sphygmomanometer, for example. You inflate the blood pressure cuff all the way and take a reading, but you see that, for example, the patient's blood pressure is 180 mmHg. But in reality, this 180 mmHg is needed just to compress the wall of the artery, not the vessel itself. Because in a normal person with healthy vessels, when you raise the pressure to say 180 or 200 mmHg, the pulse completely disappears. So what is the definitive diagnosis? The definitive diagnosis is not made with a manual or regular blood pressure device, but rather you need to check the blood pressure invasively. For patients who have pseudohypertension, when we measure their blood pressure with a device, it might show, for example, 200 mmHg. But when we take them to angiography and measure the pressure, it might actually be 120 mmHg. And an interesting point is that when these individuals come to the clinic to see a doctor, their blood pressure is not measured invasively. Their blood pressure is measured with a sphygmomanometer. They measure the blood pressure. For example, if the reading is 180 mmHg, the patient is put on antihypertensive medications continuously, and this leads to them developing symptoms of hypotension because their actual blood pressure is, say, 120. You give them medication, and their blood pressure drops to 9, even to 8. That means 80 mmHg, 90 mmHg. The patient constantly comes in with weakness, fatigue, dizziness, and even syncope. Then you measure the blood pressure again. You see the blood pressure is 180 mmHg, and this is very important. Now, how can we diagnose this? With angiography, by invasively entering the vessel and measuring the pressure. But if we want to do this non-invasively, we have two maneuvers. One is called the maneuver. I mentioned it in the previous session, remember? You weren't there. Okay, what was its name? The maneuver is called the Osler or Asselman maneuver. Don't confuse the Osler maneuver with the nod maneuver. We had another nod as well, that was in endocarditis. What does the Osler maneuver say? What does it do? You attach the blood pressure cuff to the patient's arm and inflate it, for example, to 200 mmHg or above. In a normal person, when the cuff pressure reaches 200 mmHg, do you feel the radial pulse or not? You do not. But in these patients, you do feel it. But it's not a pulsatile pulse, meaning there is no pulse. You just feel a hard, rope-like band of calcium under your fingers. So it's like a palpable, easily felt but not pulsatile structure, a structure that can be felt by touch but does not exhibit any rhythmic pulsation. It is palpable, readily detectable by touch, yet definitively not pulsatile. You can feel it under your fingers. This is called the Osler maneuver. This shows that the arterial wall has become calcified. Well, the next maneuver we have, guys, is called the trisection maneuver, which is also used for pseudohypertension. In the trisection maneuver, we use the 3 middle fingers of our hand and place them on the radial artery. We press both the proximal and distal fingers firmly. When we press the proximal finger, essentially no blood comes from above to below. When we press the distal finger as well, blood also doesn't return from the palmar arch or the palmar arch. If we can detect the flow again with our middle finger as a palpable chord, this shows that it's called the trisection maneuver.